Free Jose Daniel Ferrer Garcia and all the rest of the political prisoners in Cuba now, including those in Venezuela and in North Korea. Just like always, I start off with that phrase, free the political prisoners in Cuba, all of them, and those in Venezuela, and I forgot to mention Nicaragua, and North Korea, and China, all of them. They're in there due to their position of oppression. That's what it's all about. The same oppression that Bernie Sanders wants to install in the United States. The communist Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, all of them, all the Democrats are now socialists. They declare their support to socialism and Islamic terrorism. They have Rashida Tlaib and they have Ilhan Omar, which are terrorists. So the Democrat Party has become a terrorist syndicate organization. Let's go on with the news today, see what's happening. Like I always do, I start off with Islam, the so-called religion of peace. And boy, did they start off in a hell of a way. I got a video here, I hope it's short, where this lady, Cyrus video, hijab forced on me at the age of 9. Oh, yes, look, you know, it's from the Glasgow
This is a
gang.
fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazoff.com. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure to order Jamie Glazoff's new critically acclaimed jihadist psychopath. How he is charming, seducing, and devouring us. All your support is greatly appreciated. I was 9 years old, got invited to an event from a school, which...
Here we go again.
This is a
See what
fan-generated
happens
show.
this time.
If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazoff.com. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure to order Jamie Glazoff's new critically acclaimed jihadist psychopath. How he is charming, seducing, and devouring us. All your support is greatly appreciated. I was 9 years old, got invited to an event from school, which was called, translated to English, Requirement Day. And I went home, took the invitation card to my family. They were very happy, they were very excited, and they started to prepping me for the event. The first step was I had to memorize and master my prayer, which is 5 times a day. I was raised a Shia Muslim. 5 times a day prayer. And I got my very first red flag about Allah on that very day, because I was told I have to learn the prayer in Arabic. So I'm standing there, 9 years old, like, wait a minute, you told me Allah created me and you and everybody else, and this whole beautiful planet belongs to Allah, but he can't be bilingual, so I have to be bilingual? Okay, I'll take the credit. So mastered the prayer, mastered call to prayer, and then after that, I mean, ladies in this room, you get what I'm saying. You're 9 years old. What am I going to wear? They brought out what I was going to wear. This is me with my father ready to go to that event. It's a full burqa covering my entire body. It was all the way down to my ankle. And well, it was white and there were some flowers, you know, so I guess that counts. We got ready and we went to the ceremony. It was supposed to be a ceremony. We got there and the room is filled with 9-year-old girls. Some of them, obviously, I know because they're from my school. Some of them, I have no idea who they are. So we went ahead and they basically lined up all the parents against the wall in the middle of the room. We all sat down, and mom came up and started preaching, citing Quran and praising Muhammad and how Islam is this and that and the whole 9 yard. And then when he was done with all of that, he went on and said, all of you girls in this room, starting now, under Sharia, are officially a full adult woman. He went on to say, you are responsible for your actions. You will face consequences. You will follow, you will obey Sharia, you will follow Muhammad, and you will die, and if needed, kill in the name of Allah. At that moment, I went from the girl that was worried about what am I going to wear to, oh my goodness, I am a woman. Added bonus, if your male guardian decides it's time for you to get married, you will do so. Then he asked us to get up and repeat after him. He said the Shahada, which is when you say the Shahada, you will fully convert to an adult Muslim. Keep looking at the picture. That day, I was announced a full adult Muslim woman. Did not have a single choice on any of those words that I just used. I was just named. To make sure I understand the seriousness of the matter, they actually handed every single one of us an actual certification that says on this date, this person is officially an adult woman. I don't know if you can see it or not. On the certification, actually, there's a little girl with a black hijab doing the prayer. And for the record, I wasn't the only one who faced it. That year wasn't the only year it happened. Every single year in Iran and Pakistan and Afghanistan, parts of India, generally Islamic countries, this day happens to every single 9-year-old girl.
Well, there you heard the lady explaining what a 9-year-old had to go through in Islamic faith. Look what this imam says. A rugged professor Muslim view, the coronavirus, the coronavirus is Allah's retribution. I hope it reaches him as retribution. New Jersey Friday sermon by Mohammed Abbasi, Rutgers University faculty member. Coronavirus is divine retribution for China's treatment of her Muslims. It is the least the Chinese should suffer. May Allah punish them further. And you too, and you too, and you too included. And all of you who wish that upon us, all you Muslims who wish that upon us, the same I wish upon you. Retribution too. For following an evil precept from hell. The appearance and spread of coronavirus, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it as coronavirus, has been much in the news in the Western world where scientists discuss questions of epidemiology and of how rapidly a vaccine might be available. We see photographs too of empty Chinese cities where everyone is in lockdown at home. Factories are silent, and the occasional surgical masked Chinese policeman can be discerned riding his bike on a ghostly street with skyscrapers in the background. Let me see if there's a photo of that. No, I don't got any photos here about that. That's what's happening in China. And then these guys, these Muslims, they praise that action that's coming up by the Chinese people. If they only knew what I pray for them, because I pray every day for the freedom of China, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua. But nothing good about the Muslims, let me tell you that much. Check this out about this 88-year-old man. This is in Sweden. Authorities refuse to help homeless 88-year-old Swede Muslim. Migrants get everything for free. This is happening in Sweden. And who knows where else? It could be happening in the UK, which is another one. Germany, France, and Canada. Let me see what the old man says. Oh, wait a minute. I think it's in Sweden.
Så här är det. Jag sitter just nu i Trelleborg med Rolf som nästan är 90 år.
Yes, in Swedish.
Han är en av
There's a video here where
äldsta
they're
hemlösa.
interviewing the man.
Vi sitter i det.
But it's in Swedish. There's no
Jag är här för att göra ett reportage om honom.
translation on
Det
the
här tycker
bottom.
jag att alla makthavare i Sverige ska titta på. Det här är en
Let me cut that off because I don't know Swedish. I don't think anybody here knows Swedish. Very few. Or almost none. This is in India. Hindu woman says married Muslim forcibly converted her to Islam and married her. What you married a guy for? I wouldn't marry as a matter of fact, I wouldn't marry a woman that's a Muslim. Only Christians. If it's a Muslim, forget about it. Don't even waste your time. When I was young, now I'm old. When I was young, don't even waste your time. I wouldn't even look twice. I don't care how beautiful she was. And I met a lot of beautiful women. A lot of beautiful women. But for a Muslim, because I met Muslim women, I wouldn't even look at them, especially the way they acted. But for a Muslim, because I met Muslim women, I wouldn't even look at them, especially the way they acted. This is in the UK. I don't know what's happening in the UK, because according to what I know, there's this conservative guy who won the elections, and it's still happening. It's like it's getting worse. Large group of Muslims punch, kick, and hit 18-year-old with glass bottle, and they cut him up. They cut up his head. The guy had to get stitches. No, in his neck. According to what I'm looking at, his neck and head, both areas. See if you can see it over there. Let me see if it okay, yes, it turns around. Look at that. And this side, you can see the neck of the guy cut with a large cut, which I guess needed stitches, and the one in the head on this side. On this side, it was deep cut with a glass bottle. We should do the same. We should start getting active and do the same. Hey, you attacked me, you're going to get attacked too. Or even worse. Don't stay with your hands around your back. Carry something. So when they attack them back. And make sure they don't get up anymore. This is from the Religion of Peace. Catholic Church excommunicate. Fires professor after Muslim accuses him of blasphemy and sever his hand. The Muslim severed his hand and the church excommunicate the guy for blasphemy. Wait a minute. No, the Muslim was the one who accused him of blasphemy. But then the Catholic Church excommunicates the guy, even though he lost his hands. Like I say, arm yourself. Arm yourself, Christians. Don't let this happen to you. I don't care what the government said. Hey, carry something. Carry something. And get up anymore. Or the one who's attacking you will stay on the floor forever. This is the guy whose hand was cut off. This was done in India. I thought India had a strong conservative government. Well, I mean, elected one. From what I heard the last time, that they elected a conservative who was against these Muslims. Get them out of your country. What the hell they doing there? Didn't they requested independence by creating a new nation like I think it was Pakistan? Send them over there. Don't allow them in your territory. You see what's happening. They're attacking your own people. You know, how stupid can you be? I got a funny feeling that someday I'm going to be censored again because I just can't stand all this. I look at this and I just can't believe it. And then there's people who are going to censor me for being right, which I know can happen at any moment. I can be censored for being right. This is in the United States. Buttigieg. I'm not going to take lectures on family values from the likes of Rush Limbaugh. I wrote a title here. Besides the title that I just finished reading, I wrote another title, Depravity is his logo. You know, a guy can't speak about values when you go against the Bible by marrying another man. So the least person who could speak about values is you, Buttigieg. This guy has no shame. I gotta show his face there. Every time I watch his face, I just can't believe. I can't understand. Are we in America ready to have a president with a first man as his husband to represent us? Is this the guy we want representing us? He came in second to Bernie Sanders. Can you believe that? People voted for this guy to control the Democrat Party. I can't believe it. It shows that a majority, the majority, if not all, Democrats are depraved, twisted-minded, evil people. They're against everything that has to do with God. They left God for hell. They traded the Bible for the Quran. Must see, gun rights activists crash Bloomberg rally in Virginia, chant guns save lives. There's a video here. Let me see if it doesn't last too long. Oh, just seconds. I can't believe it. No matter how many times let me see if I can oh, it doesn't want to cooperate, so let me put it the way it is. Okay, there you go. leftovers in the deep state Department of Justice gang escaped on Wednesday, May 24, 2017. There's a video here about Obama and the Deep South. I'll let you read that on my blog. Remember, Eduardo Rodriguez, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, let me, President Trump moves off the track. President Trump always enters with a bang. I love the guy, he's great. He goes into the Daytona 500 and runs with his vehicle, the presidential vehicle, right into the tracks. What a show. This guy is just really showtime, really a showman. Not only a great president, but a great showman. There's a video here. Let me see the video. I can get the video here where his vehicle runs through the tracks. Let me see if this is it. No. Let me see if this one is okay.
Rucker all day with that voice, and there is President Donald Trump, his car, entering the. All right, thanks. So I can listen to Rucker all day with that voice, and there is President Donald Trump, his car, entering the Daytona International Speedway. We're hearing he's going to take a few laps before giving the command. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. All right, thanks. So I can listen to Rucker all day with that voice, and there is.
Okay, it was repeating itself. The last is very short. Okay. Crazy woman Nancy Pelosi lashes out at reporter for saying President Trump was acquitted. Video. There's a video here. Let me see if I could get the. Okay, yeah.
No, sure. But when you ask about I'm not talking about him personally. I'm just talking about his State of the Union address.
I understand. What about, though, the fact that the president seems liberated? And this is about democratic politics, so I'm not asking you to criticize here, but he was acquitted, his poll ratings are high.
There was no
By the Senate.
According to the switch, he was not acquitted.
You have a trial and you have witnesses and documents. So he can say he's acquitted and the headlines can say acquitted, but he's impeached forever, branded with that and not vindicated. And even the senators were saying, yes, it wasn't right, but they didn't have the courage to act upon that.
Except for?
The only thing she needs is a broomstick. Radical and ignorant squad leader Rashida Tlaib detained by police during Detroit airport protest. She doesn't hit one home run. It's all strikes against this lady. No, and then she does it with a smile. Look at her. She just, I just can't wonder why she isn't deported. She should be deported with her husband. With her husband. And with a smile. She disobeys every law, every rule, everything against the United States. Well, there's a couple of photos. I don't know if there's a video here. Let me see, there's a video. No. Oh. No, there's no video here, just photos of her protesting. There she is on the ground protesting there. They arrested her. They should put her in prison and throw away the keys and deport her. Not only that, After arrested and imprisoned for a short while, just deport her. Get her out of here. I'm going to show you something about Bernie Sanders. This guy is a real pearl. This guy's a communist, and wherever he flies first class. A communist, he wants you to share misery equally with the rest of the world, with the rest of the nation, if he becomes president. But him, he's exempted. This guy who was a bum before he got his first job at the age of 40, who lived on welfare. There you go. That's him. On the plane, first class. He doesn't fly with the rest of the people. He flies first class. The only thing this guy knew how to do, like they said in his biography, or people who wrote about him, that he used to speak good. That's all. He never did anything wrong. He was thrown out of a protesters group for being lazy. The only thing he did was, and then to make a living, he wrote pornography, which he charged, I think it was like $40 a magazine or something, or some kind of a book or whatever he wrote, ever the filth and garbage he wrote. That came out of the mind of this guy. He wants to be your president, just like Joseph Stalin was president, was a dictator of Russia, of the ex-Soviet Union, just like Mao Zedong, just like Pol Pot, just like Kim Jong Elder, just like Fidel Castro, and just like Nicolás Maduro. He wants to be your president. This piece of sewer filth, including Daniel Ortega from Nicaragua, another piece of another plague from hell. He talks about equality, that everybody has to go a third class or second class, and only he has the privilege to go first class. So if you figure out that one. Now I'm going to read some words from Philip Schuler. The only valid reason to oppose voter ID is that you want to cheat, that you plan to cheat, excuse me. Every Democrat in Congress opposes voter ID. What more do you need to know about the party? Yeah, figure that one out. They don't want to register illegals through ID. They want to do them illegally. They just come in and vote. Don't worry about it. Give them driver's license. Give them all the benefits that a lot of Americans deserve who are in dire strait. They give it to illegals. No, you can't have it. Only illegals can have it. All those rights, free, no charge. Well, this is it for today. I've already finished here. It wasn't much. Like I always say, God bless America. God bless you, Donald Trump, and your family. I wish you well. You're doing a great job. I applaud you for that, for what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you for your service to this country. And God bless Israel too. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.